This is the 2014 Missouri Athletic Club Women's Hermann Trophy semifinalist announcement, exclusively on NSCAA TV. And it comes to you right here, right now. Let's go. Last year, it was University of Virginia superstar Morgan Bryan, now a member of the full U.S. women's national team, walking away with the 2013 Missouri Athletic Club Hermann Trophy. You see Morgan Bryan right there. She is on the list again this year in 2014 as the Virginia Cavaliers are in the Final Four. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Continental Tire Studios. I'm Dean Linke, proud to be the voice of the NSCAA and proud to be with each and every one of you as we unveil the 16-person list here now as part of the 2014 Mac Hermann Trophy Women's Semifinalists. We've got a huge show for you. Let's show you what we've got on tap. Pleased to be joined by our soccer insider. Does such a great job. You'll love all the insight he has on all 16 young ladies. Kyle Straub. We'll take a look at what teams made it to the Elite Eight, and of course now the Final Four as well that'll play down in Boca Raton, Florida. The NCAA leaders, and of course we know why you're here, to take a look at the 2014 Mac Hermann semifinalists. And of course we couldn't do any of these shows without the great support of Continental Tire. Continental Tire, innovative technology, driving confidence. Learn more at continentaltire.com. Told you about him already, Kyle Straub, our resident soccer insider. Kyle, exciting times for women's college soccer, down to the Final Four and down to the Sweet 16 here on the Mac Hermann semifinalist announcement list.
One of the best times of the year. You get to crown a champion, you get to crown a National Player of the Year. Eventually, we're getting there. We'll get to the first 16 first, though.
All right, let's take a look here at the Final Four for the women as well. And you see it right there. Incredible. Virginia knocking off UCLA, the reigning champions. They'll face G. Guerreri and Texas A&M, and then Mark Krikorian blitzing through South Carolina. And Florida State will play Stanford. Could this finally be the year of the Seminoles?
Could it be? I'm sure they really would love for it to be this year. They put together a great campaign, win the regular season ACC with North Carolina. The one I'm really impressed with, though, they're going to have to worry about, one, you have to get by Stanford, but Virginia, able to score twice against UCLA. They only gave up 4 goals going into that one for the entire year. Virginia has been really impressive to me as well.
Yeah, Steve Swanson, what a great job he has done. And, of course, no surprises. We tease a little bit some of the players on the 2014 Mac Hermann semifinalist announcement. These players are part of the reason why these teams are in the Final Four.
Virginia with 3 players on that list. Florida State you see with 2 of them. Shea Groom from Texas A&M. LaBonta from Stanford. They're still playing. There's a reason they're on this list. There's a reason that these teams we just talked about are so good. They've got multiple players on the final 16.
All right, Kyle, we know Morgan Bryan won it last year. We'll take a look at the impressive list of winners since 2000. And, of course, Crystal Dunn was also there last year, neck and neck with Morgan Bryan. Could be similar this year with some talented players.
Some talented players, and it's going to be really tough to repeat as the National Player of the Year. Morgan Bryan looking to follow in the footsteps of Christine Sinclair, who won it back-to-back 04-05.
Great stuff as well. And of course, we mentioned the Florida State Seminoles. They have so many great players, but Dagny Brinjas' daughter, an incredible talent. She spent some time this year with her national team as well. A big reason why Florida State is going to be in the Final Four, and she is on the list. A list that we will show you when we come back. It's the 2014 Missouri Athletic Club semifinalist announcement right here on NSCAA TV.
You watch the match live. You road trip to the away games. You rise and fall with every run. Above all, you live your love of the game. Whatever you do, get there with Continental Tires and improve your grip with extreme contact traction.
Continental Tire, for what you do.
The NCAA convention to me is probably the best place to get any sort of education of a wide variety that you can go in the world.
Oh, I'm excited. I'm ready to go on.
Super excited.
Pretty excited.
Oh, super excited, yes. Now I'm excited to just be a part of it and experience it all, take it all in.
Nikki Izzo Brown's Kadisha Buchanan, a big-time personality. We saw her on NSCAA TV as part of the college soccer special. A starter for the Canada full national team. Also represented the U20s. You can expect to see her at the Women's World Cup this summer in Canada. A special talent as we welcome you back in here to the Continental Tire Studios. So many great players, and I love seeing defenders on the list as well. Buchanan, one of the best in the country, also representing Canada, and joined again by Kyle Straub. And Kyle, here's the thing. We did it with the men's show as well. It's time to take a look at the leaders in goals, assists, points, and goals against average, because just because you're a leader doesn't necessarily mean you're going to make this final list.
Doesn't mean you're going to make the list, but it definitely helps to get you on that list, though.
All right, let's take a look here now, Kyle, at your top 10. First in points, Hannah Short, a great season at East Tennessee State.
Hannah Short had a great year. Stephanie Verdoya, second for Seattle. She set the record this year for most goals and points in a season and most goals and points in a career at Seattle. They unfortunately lost to South Carolina right here in Chapel Hill, though.
You do see Savannah Jordan on this list, as well as Mackenzie Doniak and Samantha Mewis. They will be on the final 16 list. Let's take a look now at your goals leaders as well. Top 10. Once again, Hannah Short is there, but you see Mackenzie Doniak and Savannah Jordan as well with great years, and they made the final list.
It's nice to see how close the players are. 18 is at the bottom, 22 for second, but it just shows you how impressive of a year Hannah Short had out at East Tennessee State with 27 goals. But you go down that list, and there's the Mackenzie Doniaks, the Savannah Jordans that we'll see on this list as well.
We saw Rachel Tejada this year on NSCA TV as well. Your assist leaders for Division I women, and of course, Danielle Colaprico from Virginia. 3 great Virginia players on the final list.
Like I said, in the men's side, it's not always who scores, but who can help score. And Colaprico did a great job at Virginia with all of that talent and the ability to spread the ball out. She got 18 assists to lead the Cavaliers third in the country.
All right, take a look here now at the leaders for goalkeepers. No goalkeepers made the final Mac Hermann Trophy watch list, but I'll tell you, the special player out at UCLA, Caitlin Rowland, another great year.
If there was a goalkeeper on the women's side to make it, Rowland would be the one that would make it. Just 0.17 goal against average. 4 goals all year given up before that 2-1 loss to Virginia in the NCAA tournament. But that was a large part of the defense in front of her was extremely good for the Bruins.
All right, let's now meet the 16 women that are on the Missouri Athletic Club semifinalist announcement here, the final 16. We start, of course, with defenders as well. As we mentioned, no goalkeepers, but as we roll to the video again of Kadisha Buchanan, this sophomore now representing the Canada full national team, a big-time player.
Second straight year that she won Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year. The Big 12 champs were West Virginia, and you mentioned it, now a full member of the Canadian national team. Last year won the Canadian U20 Player of the Year. She's one of 12 children.
That's incredible. Whitney Church for Erica Walsh, the Big Ten Defender of the Year for Penn State, also made the list.
The Big 12 Defender of the Year this year, won that award a couple of years ago. Fell off a little bit last year, and fell off maybe not the right word, but didn't have as good of a season. Back up to her stout defensive play, helped Penn State win the Big Ten championship again this season.
Only fitting as we saw that goals against average for UCLA, their star defender, Abby Dahlkamper, makes the list.
Abby Dahlkamper has had a wonderful season. She's been a member of the US U17, U20, and U23 teams, helped to set a school record last year where the UCLA only gave up 8 goals. As I mentioned, this year they gave up just 4 goals, and she is a huge reason why, because she has helped that defense.
Florida State back in the Final Four again. We saw Kristen Grubka beat Connecticut on the NSCA TV College Soccer Special. Look at the effort right here from Grubka.
Grubka, the ACC Defender of the Year. The Seminoles have given up just 9 goals this season, only 2 of them in the ACC. And Dean, you know how tough the ACC play can be. That sets a conference record for just those 2 goals given up in play.
All right, now let's roll to the midfielders. An impressive list as well, led by the reigning Mac Hermann Trophy winner, Morgan Bryan from Virginia.
10 goals, 13 assists. The 10 goals, not even the top 3 on the team, but the assists are second on the team, 7th in the country. She didn't need to be the one who scored all the goals this year, so she helped to facilitate some of her teammates, and that really is the show of a leader that Morgan Bryan is.
Well, keep in mind, she missed 8 games representing the full U.S. national team, including in the CONCACAF qualifying. And, of course, she'll see Dagny Brynjarsdóttir at the Final Four down in Boca Raton. Talked about her already, but a special player from Iceland.
16 goals in her senior campaign, first on the team. ACC Offensive Player of the Year, helped Florida State sweep all of the offensive and defensive awards at the end of the year in the ACC. Was the ACC tournament MVP as well for the Seminoles.
From Virginia, again, Danielle Colaprico, 3 Cavaliers on this final list.
She had 18 assists, set a Virginia team record. First in the on the team, third in the country, chipped in 6 goals for the Cavaliers. A fantastic facilitator out of the midfield. She won the ACC Midfielder of the Year this season.
Congratulations, Danielle. And, of course, Daphne Corboz from Georgetown, the senior, with a big year.
Corboz helped them reach the second round for the 3rd straight year. Got 2 goals from her to get there. Led the team with 12 goals, 18 assists, had 42 points on the season. Tied for first in all of those categories.
All right, well done. And, of course, you mentioned the fact Texas A&M under G. Guerreri, a great year. Shea Groom, a key reason.
16 goals for Shea Groom. She had a hat trick earlier this season against Tennessee, scored the game winner in the SEC championship against Kentucky, and also helped by chipping in 7 assists on the season.
No surprise, Stanford back in the College Cup. They made it, of course, to the Final Four, and Labonta in the middle, pulling the strings for the Cardinal.
Labonta is absolutely great in the air. She led the team with 13 goals on the season, 5 assists, and 5 game-winning goals for the Cardinal.
All right, and of course the UCLA Bruins, they won it last year under Amanda Cromwell, upset this year by Virginia, but make no mistake, Samantha Mewis is a future U.S. national teamer.
Samantha Mewis is a great player. 16 goals, 13 assists, and 45 points, all team high, all led the team and all led the Pac-12 conference. Earned her first full national team cap this year against Sweden. And an interesting note, Dean, she went onto the field the same time as her sister Christy, second time that's ever happened in the national team.
Great information from Kyle Straub. Finally, the forwards here as part of the 2014 Missouri Athletic Club Women's Hermann Trophy semifinalists. You start with Tom Stones, Janine Becky. We also saw Becky take on West Virginia right here on NSCAA TV.
Led the team in goals for the 2nd straight year. She had 17 this year. 6 of those were game winners. Was also named the Big 12 Offensive Player of the Year, the first time that somebody from Texas Tech has ever earned that honor.
Another Virginia Cavalier up top, Mackenzie.
Mackenzie is just absolutely phenomenal for the Cavaliers. 19 goals to lead them, 11 assists. Was a Hermann Trophy semifinalist last year as well. 39 goals for her in the past 2 seasons, and she comes from a soccer family. Her sisters Kylie and Alyssa both played college soccer at Texas and St. Mary's, respectively.
Part of the exciting Locker Dome Missouri Athletic Club fan vote-in, Kelsey Haycock, the senior from LaSalle, makes the 16-person list.
The senior from LaSalle, the fan choice, such a good thing that they have going on here. The A-10 champs this season, 20 goals, was 3rd in the country. She has led them 3 of the 4 years that she's played and was the A-10 Player of the Year this season. Owns school record in goals and points at 60 and 142.
Savannah Jordan, a great freshman campaign, follows it up with impressive sophomore campaign for Becky Burley and the Gators.
Led the SEC in both goals and points with 19 goals, 46 points on the year. 41 goals through her first 2 years is the 2nd most for a Florida player behind the great Abby Wambach, where she had 42. She is a 2-time SEC first-team selection.
And finally, Lynn Williams, the senior from Pepperdine, making the 16-person list.
Lynn Williams had 14 goals this year, but tied a school record at Pepperdine with 10 assists. Was an all-WCC first team for the 3rd straight year, Dean.
Congratulations to all 16 members as well. We're going to take a break, come back, and wrap up the show. It's the 2014 Missouri Athletic Club Women's Hermann Trophy semifinalists announcement right here on NSCAA TV.
The NSCAA convention to me is probably the best place to get any sort of education of a wide variety that you can go in the world.
Oh, I'm excited. I'm ready to go.
Super excited.
Pretty excited.
Oh, super excited, yes.
Now I'm excited to just be a part of it and experience it all, take it all in.
You watch the match live. You road trip to the away games. You rise and fall with every run. Above all, you live your love of the game. Whatever you do, get there with Continental Tires and improve your grip with extreme contact traction.
Continental Tire for what you do.
Morgan Bryan won the 2013 Hermann Trophy on the women's side a year ago. A lot of people think she may win it again. I think everybody thinks she'll be there on January 9th in St. Louis at the beautiful Missouri Athletic Club in the Final Three. A great season despite missing 8 games with the full U.S. national team. Dean Linke back with Kyle Straub here in the Continental Tire Studios. And Kyle, let's take a look one more time at the 16-person list as part of the Missouri Athletic Club Women's Hermann Trophy semifinalists. Some great defenders led by Buchanan.
Buchanan, Church, Dahlkemper, Grupka. I really like the way Grupka led that Florida State defense back-to-back times that FSU has gotten a Defensive Player of the Year.
And the midfielders, of course, Morgan Bryan at the top of the list, but a very good player at the bottom of the list, Samantha Mewis.
Samantha Mewis, the numbers that she put up for UCLA, 16 goals and 13 assists. When they were so stout defensively, she led them on the offensive side of things.
And then finally the forwards here as well as part of this big announcement.
Janine Becky at Texas Tech really stands out to me with those 17 goals. She led the team, as I said, for her second straight year, the Big 12 Offensive Player of the Year, the first time in school history. So she's not on this list, but she also made that list. Great year for her at Texas Tech.
A lot more good times coming on NSCAA TV is just on Saturday, December 13th at 1 and 3 o'clock. We'll have the high school girls All-America game and the boys All-America game. I'll be there. We think Kyle Straub will be there as well. And of course, don't forget, coming up just a few days after that, it'll be the NSCAA 2014 Coaches Awards for college and high school, the very best in the country, and we will have it for you exclusively right here on NSCAA TV. And of course, we'll also be in Philadelphia in January to cover the 2015 NSCAA convention, and you should be there as well. You can still register by going to nscaa.com/convention. So many people to thank, and we want to thank them loud and clear. Of course, Steve Veal, as well as the NSCAA All-America committees led by Blake Hornbuckle, Joel Tyson, Ralph Polson, Aaron DeMarco. Jim Wilson does a great job at the Missouri Athletic Club, along with Greg Beekman. I want to thank all the sports information directors and video departments as well. Jason Gary is part of the men's show, Kyle Straub is part of both shows, and of course the great folks in Kansas City under the leadership of Joe Cummings. We thank each and every one of you, as well as UNC New Media led by Kyle Lang and Taylor Hoggard. For everybody, I'm Dean Linke, thanking you for watching NSCAA TV, and we salute all of the semifinalists this year as part of the 2014 Missouri Athletic Club Hermann Trophy. Can't wait for the announcement on January 9th. Thanks for watching NSCAA TV.